Good morning. It is Helen of Helen D. How is everyone today? Today is Tuesday, September 28th. It's a dreary-ish fall day here. It's fine. We like fall, so we'll take the dreary. It's long pants season here now. It was 58 this morning, I think. Even my son has busted out the long pants, so that's when you know. Although he's not one of those kids that wear shorts all year, he likes to be cozy, so he busts out long pants pretty early. I hope everyone is doing well. End of September, this is kind of the busy season for us with school back in session, my son's birthday, my niece and nephew's birthday, my parents getting ready to go back to Florida. We're trying to squeeze in some extra time with them. September and October are usually pretty busy. This morning I had to text my neighbor that we have our D&D game with because we couldn't play last week because we were doing a birthday party, but then it got rained out because we're doing things outside still. And then we moved it to this week and I'm like, so we can't do this week. This is busy time. Come November, I'll be like, yeah, we're wide open. Absolutely nothing going on, but not right now. So I don't have too much to show today. It's been a couple weeks. I've been busy stitching away, but also doing other stuff. So start out with a thank you for all the love for my little Ghost and Goblins chart. My light's kind of really making those guys invisible. This is available. It's a free chart, just something I stitched up, and it is in my link tree, the PDF. So I will put that in the description box below if you're interested in printing this out. Mine is stitched on 14 count monster mash. It's a picture of this plus fabric that I had in stash, and I'm sure I got it on 123 at one point, but it's not available right now. And my backing fabric is called Midnight Magic, and I found that on Etsy, and it's the original Midnight Magic. There's now a Midnight Magic 2 line, and the charm, I had a lot of comments last time, questions of where I get my charms. I've just gotten them on Etsy. When I've been on before looking, I did the Hands-On Design Scary Apothecary series, and I knew I wanted to hang some charms from them. So when I found a store that had the ones I wanted for that, I just kind of looked through and see, well, what else? I'm paying shipping anyway. What else do they have? So I just kind of picked up some different seasonal ones, and that's kind of how I got them. I also had a couple questions. So these loop pins, I found them on Amazon, and I will put that link below as well. There's 100 options depending on what you want. I had a couple people ask if I was worried if they would get rusty and ruin my piece. Honestly, I don't know. I've never used them before, but that is why I put it not on my piece. It's down on the ribbon, or you could put it down on the fabric. You could take it off in between, right? Like you could put it on for when you're displaying it and then just pop it out and put it back on the next year. I have had a problem with some of my charms, like tarnishing, more so on like my Christmas ornaments is where I've noticed that when I pull them out from the last year. So this year I thought I might pick up one of those like silver polishing cloths just to kind of see if I could get some of that off. So that is completely something to keep an eye out for. But that's kind of how I got around it. So this week I have 4 fully finished pieces, 1 finished, and some whips. So we'll start in with the fully finished, the FFOs. I was still, when I pulled out my stuff I showed you last video, I had some pieces that I thought I'm gonna redo. I had them finished one way and I just decided I'd rather have them as little pillows. I did the fall ones last time. I had one Halloween one. Amy's chasing a leaf. Which was this one. This is a little chart from Frosted Pumpkin. I don't remember the name, but you can get it as a PDF. So it was finished on sticky board in a little frame that I had painted. I'm not a very good painter. So I pulled it off and just made just a little pillow. Like I said with the others, once I had like no space. So it had to be kind of tight, and I did a herringbone. So this will go in my little Halloween bowl. Actually, I'll leave that there. The next one, this was one I had stitched earlier this year called Sunflower Sampler. This is Heart and Hand. It's originally sold as a kit, a half kit, like it's the chart and the fabric, and I think that was it. It's a little harder to find, but I have seen it on Fat Quarter Shop's website. I had an Instagram friend send me the chart when she was done, so that's how I got it. So this is this one. Now, you can put a little crow button there, and I bought the button, but then in the end I decided to leave it off. I put a little piece of twill tape down the side, and I had this fabric. Now, I decided against putting trim on this one. I probably should have, because that's really not the neatest. But once it's in my bowl with all the other stuff, you'll never know. So there's that one. And then I finished 2 berries. One of them I had started, and the other one was a new start since I've seen you. I think I'd started this one. So the one I started and finished is Scary Berry. These are both Erica Michaels berries. I did this one on 32 count. I believe it's just light blue. So there's that one. I did the top in the circle, like the scalloped design that she shows, with a little like moon shaped. And I did do a stitch all the way around on this one. And then I have a Jabco pin. And this is one of those felt balls that I had that I stuck in there. And then another little trick that she does. So along the edge here, you can sew beads. Mine are just pins. So they're just the pearl head pins, and then you pop it in like right where the scallop is. So there's that one. And then the other one was a new start. This is Wicked Cute by Erica Michaels. I got this from Carla at Cobweb Corner. It comes with both. You could do this one or you could do the berry, and actually it comes with this, it's like a heavy cardstock, so that if you wanted to finish it exactly like this, you could. So here's mine. This one I stitched on 32 count vintage Stormy Night. And I used most of the called for colors. I was missing a couple. So she stitched up quick. It's funny, the Scary Berry took a while, but she stitched up really quick. Now, the reason I've been doing a lot of these on the 32 count, at this point I kind of want them all the same size, but this one in particular, where it says Hocus Pocus, that's over 1. So I can see on this non-hand-dyed, as I've mentioned before, to do the over 1. You could backstitch it, but I didn't want to have to figure that out, so I just went with the smaller. And her glasses and her little thing on her hat, they're called to be done in a Krynic, but I had a petite treasure braid the right size. There's the top. I went with the pointy cap. I did a black one and a purple one, and then I had this button, and then the ribbon is probably getting blown out. Carla sent this to me. She picked it up at Expo. So it's from Lady Dot, and it's called Wicked Witchy, and it's like a hand painted, and it's got all these fun colors in it. And it's like, it's nice and thick. Like some of her ribbons are the, almost like the seam tape ribbon, like they're really kind of thin, but this is nice and thick. So I just cut just the tiniest little piece, just kind of folded it and stuck it on there. I'm not good with making bows, which is why a lot of my stuff doesn't have bows. It's not that I don't like them, although I do like things a little more simple. I'm just not good at them. So those are the things I finished. I'm still trying to just take some time once a week, go in the room, work through some stuff. And sometimes it gets done in stages, right? Like the pillows. I put the fronts together and then I sewed the back on, and then 2 days later I stuffed them. So it's a little out of time. Works in progress. All of my hardcore prairie schooler fans are going to be upset at this one. A cat laid on it. So this is 2x2 with Emmy's squashings, prairie schooler. I'm stitching these to hang on the tree as ornaments because we went to the Cincinnati Zoo this year. And I started with the flamingos. Next up will be the penguins. I started with the flamingos because I decided to change some of the colors, and I used the colors on the flamingos that Kathy Haberman used for her flamingo Christmas charts last year. So I knew that I wouldn't have to think about it. I could just, and I knew I had them because I stitched those. So this is also on the light blue Lugana, 32 count. So there they are. They are done. I didn't need to go with a Lugana for these, but the blue looked really nice with the colors. And I have enough kind of rolled up that I can undo it and do the penguins on there too. So that is my only finished item. I have 3 whips I've been working on that I can show you. And then I actually started I'm doing a Christmas swap with Misty and Barbie this year. So I started one of those. And I finally started the piece for the New Hampshire retreat that's in November that, fingers crossed, I will be able to go to. So I started both of those. So I can't show you those just yet. What I can show you, I wrote them down in an opposite order of how the bags are. So one is a new start. This is one of the charts that I picked up at Expo. I got this from Andrea at Double Cross Stitcher on Etsy. It's by Primrose Cottage Stitches. It's called Autumn Rolls. It has a very, to me, Lizzie Kate feel. And you guys know I love like tingles. I love those tall skinny ones for some reason. So I started this. Only problem with this chart, it's on a very nice, high quality cardstock. It's printed, and we'll flash it. It's printed on the fold. So that was a little hard. Like, I'm not gonna open this whole chart and deal with it. So I went to the library and they made me a color copy on the big paper, and I cut it into the strips so that as I'm working on it, I only have to hold up that piece. This one I'm doing on 14 count Legacy from Picture This Plus. And that's where I'm at. There's no white in it, so I didn't need to worry about the white not showing. There is like a light ecru color. I'm looking on the back to see where it's even. That one's probably not going to show up that well, but it's only in like a little tiny bit. So I might just change it. Because this is a 14, one of the reasons I went with that is this is my new car piece / tennis piece. And the lighting at tennis is not good. So on the 14 count, I can see it. So I'll plug away on that. I'm really enjoying it. That's a nice chart. The other things, this is Emmy's favorite one to lay on. I think the Q-snap is just the right size that she likes to be like in it through the bag. She only likes the out-of-print charts. This is Winter Wonderland. This is an out-of-print Blackbird chart that I'm borrowing from a friend. I've changed all my colors. I'm stitching mine on 32 count vintage Stormy Night. There's no over 1 in this, but the reason I went with that is I liked the shade of gray and my colors worked well on it. And I'll open it up for you guys because I'm toward the top. This is the one where I kept messing up on the border. So it's giving me a hard time. There's where I'm at. So last time I started down here, so I got these animals done. I did move the border up. I just hit the top last night. I gotta fill one of these in because I went like over too many stitches and had to pull it out. And I'm working on the giant house. So there you have it. I'm using, it's a mix. It's some Victorian mottos, some classic colorworks, not classic colorworks, although there's probably some of that in there. Color and cotton. I don't have a ton of color and cotton, so I just kind of went through what I did and picked some out. But I'm really enjoying it. I'm trying to decide now. In the original, on the roof of the house, those like stars are filled in. And I'm trying to decide if I want to fill them in with roof color or if I want to fill them in like put the light blue in the white and the dark blue in the light blue. But that's, I'm not there yet, so I'm not going to worry about it. It might also depend on if I have enough of those colors by the time I get there. I had to order another skein of the roof, so I know I'll have enough of that one. So there's that. And then I had a new start just this weekend on another piece with all the floss. This will be for the Nerd Wall. It is another video game piece, and it's actually another piece by Pick Stitch, who is the designer of the Pixels That Made Us, the gamer style. So this one is called Faraway Times, and it's from the game Chrono Trigger, which is one of their faves. So this is big. It has 127 colors. It's going to take me a while, so I thought I would get started. Now, this piece and the gamer piece. So if you're interested in these pieces, the gamer piece is a charity piece for Child's Play. So what Justin of Pick Stitch was having you do was make a donation and then forward your receipt to him, and he will email you the chart. I'll link his email below. I would email him first just to double check that that's the way he's still doing it. This one, he doesn't have an Etsy store anymore, so what he does is he has a Twitch. And if you're, I don't know if it's a member, I'm not cool enough for Twitch. So if you're a subscriber to his Twitch, there are different levels, and if you're level 2 or 3, every month you can choose one of his charts for free and he will email it to you. Justin sent me this chart as a thank you for always mentioning the Pixels chart and getting some extra people to sign up for that. So that's why I didn't have to figure out the Twitch that I'm not cool enough for. Anyway, here's my start. It's not that big. This fabric is a mystery fabric. It's by Mystic Fabrics. And I got it from my sister. So I don't know how she got it. When he sent me that chart, because it has all this empty over here, I wanted a fabric that had some nice multicolor modeling. And Donna went through hers. I said 16 count because that way it will fit on a fat quarter. She brought down some of hers and this is the one I chose. I'm also on this one for the first time. I'm using Pattern Keeper. I got a Kindle, just one of the small ones, and I downloaded Pattern Keeper, and that's been pretty nice. I'd never used it before. I have friends that do full coverage that swear by it. This isn't full coverage, but with all those colors. So when I imported the chart, it wasn't designed for Pattern Keeper, so I had to go in and assign DMC numbers to all the symbols, which on a normal chart wouldn't take that long. On that one it took a while, but totally worth it because now you can search, like it's searchable. A lot of people have used Pattern Keeper before, but it's searchable. You can mark off what you've done. I think it will make doing that one a lot easier. That's gonna take me a while, so I thought I better get started. Looking at my list. I have a gift, and then I have a little bit of purchases, and then we have giveaways. So Sue had won one of my giveaways a couple weeks ago, and crinkle, crinkle. I just got this in the mail yesterday. She made me a thank you gift. It's a floss ring with all these pretty, like really pretty, and she made it, and I'm like, wow, because I'm impressed with the beading. So it's a really pretty, and it's big, so I can put a project with a lot, not 127, but with a lot of flosses. So thank you, Sue, for that. And then the last two things, so my last expo pre-order from Double Cross Stitcher came in, and it was the Autumn Rules chart. It was this chart called Autumnal Sampler. This was a new designer to me, Little Robin Designs. I couldn't read that upside down. That's just really pretty. And actually it's on that Vintage Smoky Night, Vintage Stormy Night. I don't know what I just said, but Vintage Stormy Night fabric. That moon is really cool too. So that one, and then I got Misty's Luminous Fiber Arts. This is in her Friendship series, and it's Stashing Squirrels. It was so cute, and she has the full alphabet, so you can put like your name and a friend's name. I don't even have to chart mine. Misty had done a couple of these. She did one with her friend Cynthia and one with Barbie, and the squirrels is with me. She said she tried to do chipmunks because my son is obsessed with chipmunks. He had to make do with squirrels. So I have the flosses and stuff, and I'm ready for that one anytime. And actually today, like many of you, I was online at 9:30 my time to try and get the philanthropic pumpkin from Hands On Design in Lady Dot. I was able to get one. I'm sorry for everyone that wasn't. I got mine through Lady Dot's site because I needed that pom-pom color. I didn't have that color. Actually, Lady Dot, Lois dyed that specifically for Misty for that piece. So I said, well, I'll get mine through Lady Dot, and that way I can get that. And I got a couple other pom-poms. So that will be on its way. Turning a page. Two more pieces to show the charts that I've received, and then giveaways. So we have more giveaways this week from Carla at Cobweb Corner, because she's awesome. And when Carla sends me stuff for you, she also lets me pick out a couple charts for myself. So I picked out Gather by Heart and Hand. Was a new, I believe this was an expo chart. It's really pretty. I haven't looked at the colors. Ooh, it's got a big list. They look like they're mostly Classic Colorworks in a couple of weeks. But they look like familiar names, so I might have all those. And then this was from the Blue Flower, Strawberry Bird. This isn't a new chart, but it's pretty new. So that's what I got for me. So we'll do last week's giveaways first. Less videos, I always say last week. We had 5 things last time. So the first 2 were from Carla at Cobweb Corner. First Frost, I didn't bring them down. So First Frost went to Renee Whitaker. Winter Fobs went to Jennifer Papas. The next 2 were from Chelsea Olesh, who has a YouTube that I will link below. The Owl Mill Hill Owl Kit, Carolyn Panzer. And the Coffee Project Bag went to Kathy Tansey. And then the last one was, I said I would do, to celebrate 8,000 subscribers, I would do a finish for someone. So I chose that name from the random comment picker thingy, and it was Tony Stitches and Kentucky. Tony's been commenting on my videos like from the beginning. So I love it when I see like, oh, I know that name. Oh, I know that name, right? Like it's always fun. So thank you to everyone who entered those. This week I have 2, and they are both from Carla at Cobweb Corner. Please be 18 so you can legally give me your address. I'd appreciate it if you're a subscriber, and please don't say giveaway in your comment. So the first one is Heartstring Samplery, and it's called Next Door. And it says, I wish you lived next door. And it's this really pretty chart. Now, Carla actually just stitched this, and in her last Flosstube video, which I always link below, she showed her finish, and she used this one's on Oaken, but Carla used this like lime greenish fabric, and it looks really, really cool. The colors really, really pop. So if you'd like to see that one all stitched up, she just finished that one. And then the other one is from Annie B's, and it's called Sunflower Row. If you'd like to stitch the bird, please use the word bird. If you'd like to stitch the sunflower, please say the word sunflower. Forgot that. And that is all. Next 2 weeks, I'm gonna work on those whips that I showed you. I probably should start the penguin. And I was looking through stuff the other day, and I have a few charts that I'd like to start just because I'd like to put them on my whip list. Because if they make it to my whip list, then I work on them. I don't want to start 1,000 things, but I have a couple of charts that I might just pull out at some point and get started so that they're on there. A couple are fall or a couple are winter. They won't be done for this year, but if I start them now, they should be done for next year. So that's all. Hope you guys have a good rest of your week, and I will see you again in a couple weeks. Bye.